Hey everyone, welcome back to another action figure review. Today I am going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends series Namor from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Namor is part of the Atuma Build-A-Figure wave and is one of the first waves that has no window in their box. So right on the front of the box you can see Namor, or at least a 3D image of Namor with some concept art behind him. On the side you can see that same concept art just in color. On the back, another 3D image with the Build-A-Figure piece and the hands that he comes with, along with his other accessory. And then also you get the Atuma Build-A-Figure on the side, or 3D image of him, and some of the other figures that come in the wave. So with the box out of the way, here's the figure standing straight up. I really like how they changed this design for Namor. I hope that he is in future movies. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I am going to be watching it tomorrow night. But yeah, this looks like a very nice modern design for Namor. You can see that he's not just kind of you can see that he's been changed for the MCU. You can see that he's got a lot of Aztec stuff on him now, which I'm actually perfectly fine with. He's not just kind of like Aquaman. He's different. You can see that with some of the jewelry here around his neck and around his arms here. You can see the little cuffs up here and bracelets around his wrists. You can see a nice belt with the shorts. Not a super detailed figure. It doesn't really have to be, but I feel like not everything's super defined, but there is detail where it needs to be. And then down by his feet, you can see he's not really wearing shoes, kind of like sandals almost. And he has the wings attached to him. So, with detail out of the way, let's look at some of his accessories. So, out of the box, I'm pretty sure he came with his two closed So out of the box, I'm pretty sure that Namor came with his two open flat hands, and then he also comes with one fist and one open hand. Fist for his left, open hand for his right. They are very easy to switch out. You just take off the hand like that and switch them out. And the reason he comes with a open hand is to hold his other accessory, which is a spear. This is a very bendy spear, and I actually really do like a lot of the color and detail that was used on this. And it goes into his hand pretty easily. Just like that. So let's get into articulation next. Namor can look up just about this far, but this I don't think, oh no, his hair actually does dive into the little necklace piece that he's wearing. His head does go down just that far, again running into the necklace. His arm can go out really far, can go down all the way, can go full 360. Pinless double jointed elbows. Make sure to watch out for these floating pieces around his arms. They can get in the way and they can slide down, so you might want to glue those into place. Can get a swivel at the hand and at the bicep. Hands go up and down. It's worth to note that the open hand goes side to side like this. Namor has a diaphragm joint, so it'll only move forward. Wow, not very far. So this is just standing straight up, and this is forward. But usually with Marvel Legends, they do go back. Oh, I was about to say with Marvel Legends, they go back farther, but that's not very good. Yes, so grabbing some figures that I have on hand, here's the symbiote suit Spider-Man. He can go back that far without any help from his mid-cut joint. and then he can go this far forward. That's that is a lot better than Namor. And like I'm pretty sure even a female figure, they can at least go back farther. Forward not so much, but they can definitely do a lot more in the torso than Namor can. Something else to note, this. That looks absolutely disgusting. That just doesn't look right. I showed off some of this to some of the people in the action figure community when I first got him. They also agreed that this just does not look right. It looks disgusting. Going over back to that Spider-Man figure, even though it's a comic figure, this still looks better than whatever Marvel, like Hasbro did with this right here. It's kind of more fluid with the comic figures, but it still doesn't look right. But like seeing that this is supposed to be a live action figure, it just looks a lot worse. And then also no swivel at the hips, no waist swivel. Speaking of hips, Namor's freaking hips are wide. Like, look at that. That is awful. Like you can see the joints. That shouldn't be a thing. So those joints in there are way too long. Namor can kick out this far. Can kick back just a little bit. Double jointed pinless knees that go in just this far, but you want to be careful so that they don't run into the wings here. Toes can go down that far, go up this far, and there is a little bit of ankle pivot, but it can run into the wings. So for scale, Namor stands just at 6.5 inches. Here he is next to the giant Riri Williams Ironheart figure from the movie. I have her legs bent here, but like she would still be a lot taller than him. They're standing just about at the same height, but I still don't think these really go together, especially with the color that Ironheart's armor is. It's just a very bright red. And so here is Black Panther next to the Namor figure, and I think this looks really good. You can definitely tell the updates in technology from Black Panther to Namor. You can see how the body designs are just different in articulation and all that. And I still like it. Like these two will look great together on the shelf. So I'm glad to have these both in my collection. Finally, here he is next to the symbiote suit Spider-Man. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If it seemed like it was a little rushed, that's definitely all on me. This figure was a lot like the tedious process that the Jane Foster Thor was from the Love and Thunder wave. I actually never ended up putting out that video just because of how awful it was to record and how messy it was. And yeah, this figure was a lot like that. It was an awful recording process. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you would like to. Leave a comment on how I did, if you have this figure and you like him, or if you are seeing the movie and if you enjoyed it or not. I will be back next week for another review.